emphasis on the axe, and the axe isn't even doing that well. Tusk tried to pull, he died.
Alright. Think this stream is good now.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm not even sure if I'm connected to the chat.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, Timber Saw Axe. One of them's gonna get tanked, and apparently it's the Timber Saw.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about their picks. Like these three cores just feel a little awkward to me. They don't have a late game carry.
I mean, I haven't seen an axe in, I don't know, it feels like actually years.
Yeah.
This hero's been out of it for a while.
It's like Dichira's gonna have a good game on the Dragon Knight, but I mean, if they just doom someone and Bruce splits, the team fight's over every single time.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Right?
attack.
That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
you're gonna be
it's
down.
just like too
You're down.
much team fight for them.
Yeah, you're down. Like you're a 3v5 essentially. One person gets Cyclone, one person doomed.
So they're entirely dependent on getting like really good initiation.
Yeah, that's why I guess they're focusing so much on their axe. But I mean, Nisha is absolutely free farming top and getting kills.
I don't think
I like
Axe
his
is
build,
good
too.
versus all the strength heroes right now. Like nobody's squishy
Yeah.
enough for Axe to jump, call, and kill them in the space of that call.
Everyone just gets too tanky now. Like everyone
Yeah.
just builds like Soul Ring, Bracer, shit like that. You get so much strength.
SFs have like drums in S and Y. Like that's probably the squishiest hero of the patch right now, and maybe OD.
Yeah.
That's another like popular, somewhat squishy, typically hero, and they both get like relatively tanky because of the item choices right now.
Radiant's
career?
middle tower is under
Dichira?
attack.
Shield your courier? There you go.
Radiant's
Oh,
courier
it's dead
has
anyway?
been killed.
That's not good.
Couldn't get it out fast enough, and he can't even do anything about exotic deer. Not really.
Yeah. But I feel like, yeah, I think Planet Dog has to do so much with this Tusk Dazzle, like, and then they have to like group up and try to just push these towers to their Dragon Knight. But I don't feel like they're gonna be able to. I feel like they're just gonna get really out timinged by Kinguin. Oh, Axe now top 2, getting set up on.
Gets the call, but Maledict is still gonna hurt quite a bit. That's a level 3 Maledict.
Wow, they killed Exotic Deer. I guess
Alright.
Tusk got on top of him. All right, they put a high ground ward
Dire's
as
middle
well.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, I saw they had him kind of cornered earlier, but still surprised that they managed to actually get that kill. Looks like Katsor might be able to run down Milan here as he managed to pick up a haste rune. Gets the stun out from the Dragon Knight, and Katsor won't be able to get the kill onto Milan, but he should be able to get out at least for
Baited a TP.
some rotations. Yeah.
How do you feel about this new Doom thing that people are doing? I actually really like it. The maxing in the Infernal Blade.
I've been toying around with it some. Feels really good when it's going well, because Infernal Blade is just an insane ability. Can feel pretty bad sometimes though if you just don't get the good kind of start and start snowballing, because you end up being just like pretty squishy. Your lack of armor.
this is a big
Digiross
kill.
dead. Jeez, this Maledict is so strong against all these heroes. Timber Saw, Axe, and Dragon Knight. Like, those are your stereotypical, like, kind of tanky, not really the fastest heroes that are just easy to be able to land Maledict and lay damage into.
Radiant's middle tower
I've seen Witch
is under
Doctors
attack.
doing work, dude. Like, did you see Swindle the other day? He had like double the next highest damage in the game.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was actually absurd. Exotic Deer, as we expected. Yep, Medallion on his way toward Deso. He actually went the Aquila as well. I've been watching Kazu stream a good amount in the morning. He's been experimenting with it too. A couple players have. I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to like any of the Liquid boys because I think they've been on vacation. But I
Radiant's
don't know. It
top
seems
tower is under
seems
attack.
interesting. I mean, your spiders are beefier, helps you jungle faster, more mana regen.
Do you think Soul Ring isn't enough mana regen for Broodmother? Because I'm looking at Exotic Deer, and it doesn't look like he's the healthiest amount of mana regen, despite having 3 items that all give him a decent amount.
I mean, I guess it just helps in every essence, right? Helps you push if you're alone, like gives you more mana regen, just gives you a lot of things, damage, etc. Timber.
Timbersaw in some serious trouble with the Infernal Blade and the Maledict. It's just too much percentage-based damage. Good grab with the Snowball, helps him dodge some damage, and does manage to get a kill onto the Witch Doctor, but it's not going to matter. Now it's just going to be both of them dying for that kill. It's the Brewmaster with that ultimate. You were talking about it. It's just too much team fight. And there's not really a whole lot that Planet Dog is going to be able to do to stand up against that one. They end up losing 3 heroes, and looks like they're mid-tower as well. So the beginning of the Broodmother, just annihilation of map control.
I actually think Planet Dog is already in like I think this game is pretty much actually in the books already because they emphasize so much on this axe, like having that dazzle up there for him, and he is poor, and he's pretty much their way back in the game.
And he's not going to be like he's going for the fast blink dagger, which means he's going to be pretty squishy too, which means he's going to be even more susceptible when he blinks in and does the call to like the Maledict and any of the burst damage. Looks like they're going to kill Hatsor again.
The movement by Kinguin right now is just on point. I think this is what happens when you have these, I think this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, you have this passive Dazzle, right? Who just sits in a lane and heals people. And then you have this Doom who's running around and pressuring and getting kills all over the place.
Exotic Deer is getting kills, 1v3.
Yeah. They don't have enough catch for this Broodmother. They've picked, like, this Axe Timber to counter, but they didn't get the lane matchup they wanted. And yeah, their draft just, honestly, like, DK Timber Axe just, it feels very awkward to me with their support duo.
This is part of the reason we can go for early Broodmother pickups, right? Is that at the end of the day, you can run it in all 3 lanes. It's the only reason I think you could possibly think about picking up Broodmother in the first 2.
I mean, maybe the hero's just broken. I mean, the hero is super obnoxious to play against, honestly, but he does fall off. Your team has to play around it really well, or he is kind of a non-factor.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just 12 minutes, just like we said. Medallion Deso, even a kill on top.
Does not look like Planet Dog. Wow. Their ideas, at least, to counter the Broodmother are on point here.
Yeah, and they're not threatening the Tiny whatsoever. I think this is the Shadow Blade being delivered ready for Nisha. So, I think what Planet Dog should have actually done is probably just have the duo support roaming together and just use that Snowball Heal Bomb. And try to abuse the fact that it was only a dual lane top to just force the reaction away. Because if Timber's in a 1v1 versus Brew, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I think that would have probably been the better thing, just to pull that Doom top to pressure the Tiny a bit more. Because DK is okay versus Brew. Sure, you're going to get on farm, but that's the essence of the hero.
And your Tiny is like,
again.
it's like really important to keep your Tiny farm pretty high up there. Yeah. Nice chain away. Oh, but still. Managed to get both the Tornado and the Infernal Blade to be able to stop him. Bora is
like it's always up.
Going down here. Yeah, it's just like non-stop. You're always Infernal Blade. You're always taking the burn damage.
They even get me a tower out of it too. They lose top though. Now Mag does have Blink Dagger, so I mean he has to put in such a tremendous amount of work with this Blink. But like we said, they don't have good ways to burst these guys because they're so tanky.
Yeah. Like this Tiny. I mean, the call's just not going to last very long, even if it does hit. Throw down the sentry. They see Nisha now. He's going to turn, manage to get the double stun. Almost takes out J4 already. Dichira is going to go for the easier target, though, in El Lisash, and he just needs another Breathe Flame, or Flat Mag just cleans up the kill with the Culling Blade instead. That's still just a lot of space, though. Patos is pushing all the way into the tier 2, and Exotic Deer continues his dominance of the jungle.
I like this by Kinguin too. Like they're already in such a good spot. You see Brew has queued up the Midas. He's like, okay, you know, this is a scaling game for sure for me. The Doom is already massive. Yep.
Nice
they
call.
Will find Deer here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be able to kill him. They've got plenty of disables once they did get that initial call from Mags. So
there we go.
Like,
they need to keep that up.
Yeah, Kinguin just kind of overstaying their welcome, and Planet Dog easily punishing. I
think Mag actually needs to like bring himself a wand, bring himself like 5 clarities, and just not even show in lanes and just run around set up kills.
Yeah, he can't like he can't go back to base. He can't take a break ever in this game.
No,
he's got a non-stop
so.
kill.
I totally agree.
Especially since they need just a little bit more time for Dichira to get his Blink Dagger, and then they can have 2 kill heroes that can threaten the Broodmother, that they can actually have some pretty good initiation and kill power on some of these other heroes as well.
Dire's middle
For the most part, I think name of the game though is going to be they just have to go in like 2 different lanes, push it out. They never want to take these 5v5 engagements versus Kinguin.
Yeah.
Versus that Doom Brew, and they have to be wary too because they lost so much map control already that this Roche is going to be a threat because of this Broodmother already. So they're going to defend their tier 1 on the side of Kinguin to give themselves that access point to Roche.
Ditchy sticking around a little bit too long. He's going to get tossed back into Consort. Instantly gets the stun out before the Infernal Blade can be there, but he's still in such a bad position that his team cannot possibly rescue him. Instead, they're going to head to bottom lane, see if they can get some sort of counter kill here, knowing that the rest of Kinguin may be a little bit too far away to respond. They at least get a core kill, killing the Brewmaster. But now here's Kinguin. Nice toss forward there. Managed to get a good cast. There goes the Doom onto Mag with the Witch Doctor Maledict as well. They're going to be able to bring him down. Now the question is whether or not they're going to be able to chase down Bora with the toss forward. They are going to be able to close that distance. Gets a good Tamer Chain out. Looks like J4 is definitely done for. Bora is going to be able to complete his TP though. So they only lose 3. An extra 2 off of that bottom lane engagement. Still not what you want to see for Planet Dog. Trading 1 for 3 overall when they really need to be the ones taking things into their own hands and actually winning engagements at this time.
They killed the Brew at least right before he got split, but it shows the power of. I mean, Kinguin's 10k gold lead, so it makes it a lot easier for them to play this game right now.
Yeah.
Just
how much gold
easily respond.
Man, they didn't even get that much gold for the Brewmaster kill. Only 325 with this massive gold lead. I feel like that should be higher.
I don't know how many kills people were involved in the kill.
Yeah,
it was like
true.
3.
I don't know. They were pretty far out there. I thought maybe it was only 2 of them. Okay,
Mag.
they almost got Blink Dagger. They need it real badly. Because
Oh
Mag
my.
is certainly not carrying this game with the way he's dying over and over again.
That was a pretty liberal use of split right there.
Winning the game. Why not?
Yeah, I mean,
Radiant's
whatever.
middle tower is under attack.
He'll punch the building a couple of times.
He caught the DK with the Storm Panda.
Oh wow, he actually made it all the way up there with it? That's
Yeah.
really surprising.
Nisha is a bit too far away to immediately catch him, but might still be able to get there. Ditchirot blinks a little bit deeper into the jungle. Nisha
Elisage.
still trying to hunt, though. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. Jesus,
Yeah, I mean,
what are you doing so far out there?
He was hitting the tower. Look, he got like 200 damage extra on it. It was at like 14.
Elisage is like, all right, this game's over, guys. I'm just going to try and end it as quick as possible. Those are the kind of plays you make when like in pubs, when the enemy team is like GG'd out. You're like, all right, I'm going to try and end it. Then they still defend anyway.
Yeah. So Milan actually has a good amount of gold on this Tusk. He's got the Spirit Vessel. Very good versus both the Doom and the Brood.
That's a good point. Nisha,
Had a good time here.
did they spot that?
I don't think
have the
so.
counter vision.
Oh, and J4. Nisha's just scouting all this. I'm just gonna play around on a different side of the map since Bruce splits down.
Yeah, they've got the Broodmother hitting on the tier 2, so if they want, they could just push in
TP.
bottom, push in mid. Axe is going to TP, though. And there's going to be the follow-up of the Tusk as well, but they're going to need extra heroes if they don't want to lose anybody here. Kinguin are moving multiple heroes down to this bottom tier 2 to make sure they do take it.
I like that map movement. Nisha scouting them all top with those wards as well. They're like, okay, whatever. We're just gonna take up bottom.
Yeah. Position yourself to force the enemy team back.
Yeah.
Threaten that high ground and see what happens.
His Doom is so big. Oh my god.
Dire's top tower is under
Shadowblade
attack.
drum phase already. That's actually pretty absurd.
I
They
think
see Ditchirot now.
we were talking about like the Doom games, feel good, feel bad. I think the like Shadowblade, if you can get Shadowblade and you're not forced into Blink Dagger, like it's a good Doom game.
Is under attack.
Yeah.
You just run around, find the pickoffs. It's the games where you like are a little bit behind and your team needs initiation, like and you have to go Blink. Those are the games of Doom that just like I feel like you almost always lose.
They might find Nisha here, though.
Yeah, they're going to be able to bring him down pretty low. The toss-up, though, they are going to be able to get the axe in return. Ditchy drop down to half HP. Exotic Deer's trying to lay into him. The armor is taking its toll. Exotic Deer is having a hard time biting into that Dragonite. Bora does manage to get a kill, but he's out of mana here. Needs to pop the Soul Ring to be able to get down with the chain. Does manage to get a decent exchange there. 2 for 1, but with a 12,000 gold lead and killing probably the most important hero on Kinguin, the Tiny, I would say that's actually not a bad trade whatsoever for Planet Dog.
Yeah, that was one of the better situations that could happen for them, for sure. Still, though, their map control is very limited.
Yeah,
and that was without the Bruce split, of course.
Yeah. They may have used one big team fight ultimate in the Doom, but the Brewmaster split is still up for the next one.
Look at that itemization by Patos on the Brew. The Yules to stop the axe initiation, and also to mess with the Timber. It's actually pretty nice.
There's actually just too many counters to axe, I think, in the game.
Yeah.
I think the hero, like, they even tried to give him this weird level 20. Oh god. Am I dying again?
If you have vision of the initiation, it's always not fun.
I think I'm kind of dying, Yannis.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I just got kicked out of the game, but my stream is fine, so maybe not. Maybe it was a small hiccup.
You're probably gonna miss a kill. Milan is rolling on top for Kassor, and yeah, DTR uplinks in. They get the stun. So Doom does get picked off top. Milan's making some nice moves with this Tusk. Having Spirit Vessel just helps you get those kind of kills. It's just that little bit extra bonus damage. You feel more confident too. It's movement speed, everything adds up.
You think, like, what it would, like, Planet Dog, what do you think their chances are of them winning this game?
I still think it's very low.
Yeah.
I don't think they
it's
can
like
take head-on fights.
5% category.
Yeah. Like, Nisha had the Silver Edge so early. He can break both the Timber. He can break all three, actually. Timber, Axe, and DK.
Yeah. Got it. He's going to go for a break right here, it looks like. Timbersaw kind of showing himself in that mid lane. Nisha not quite feeling comfortable enough to go for the kill, apparently. At least not by himself.
I think pace of the game is pretty okay for them. Their Brew and Doom are still in base. They've got both ultis. Play around those.
Yeah, just
now
wait for this space to take Roshan, right?
Yeah, now Patos is going for the Radiance. I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think the Yules is cute. I don't know if he really needed it. But I could see the uses for it. I mean, it has a good amount of uses this game. Like, even stopping TPs can be nice. Like, throwing up the Dazzle when you initiate. I mean, there's so many different things.
Yeah.
Speedy. So here we go. Smoke. Ults are ready. They can take fights easy. Hoping to get a pick off on bottom into the tower. And Mag has to be careful. That is the death spot right there in front of that hill. Oh no, Mag.
Call. J4 is going to be there behind, but Patos is already positioned to try and get in his face. Already doomed, thrown out. That way, there's no save onto Mag. They might be able to get 2 kills off of this. Timbersaw comes in really big, though. Managed to cleave through the Doom pretty quickly, but oh no, Ditchy is actually lost so much of his armor. It looks like they did manage to get the break on him on top of the medallion, meaning he quickly falls to that physical damage that he never experienced beforehand. He was able to just tank it up in all those other team fights, but now Kinguin have the answers to the Dragonite, and they're going to be able to deal with the tier 3 as well. Nisha's still going to go for it. Get another break onto the Timbersaw. Fortunately, the Timber Chain does get him to the other side of things. He's going to go for Nisha again. Tries to get a little bit more damage. Misses the Chakram, though, to finish him off. And he's going to have to pursue outside of the base, which leaves the opportunity for a turnaround. The Yule Scepter does slow down Bora a little bit. And has to get over this cliff area as well. And that's a dangerous area to go. Everyone knows about the turnaround potential of going into that high ground. So
Yeah. I mean, that's a big win.
Yeah.
Getting that tier 3. Now they have open opportunities whenever the Brood wants to perch himself down there. And now that's going to give them more time to go for that Roche.
It's the worst feeling in the world, right? Like,
yeah.
The losing tier 3 against Brood or Furion. Because you can't even defend your shrines.
I don't think that Mag should be in that position, to be honest. That is literally, like, that is the death spot. Like, everyone knows that ramp is a trap whenever you're farming there. And I think I don't think he should show on the map so much as this axe. I think it's up to the DK and Timber and Tusk to be clearing these waves.
And it's not like any farm that is getting out of there is irrelevant anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's farm that Dragonite and Timbersaw need a lot more.
I mean, dude, Bora's doing pretty well catching up. I'll be honest though, he's very close to the Shiva's guard on top of these Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, that'll certainly help out a lot. He won't have to worry as much about the break mechanic.
Yeah, I mean, if they can ever like take the Roche, that's massive. But I don't see them being able to do that.
Yeah.
Their lineup is not very good at it.
Especially with all the Kairi that they have available with the Broodmother. Just keeps on throwing more Spiderlings over there. They did do a 4-man smoke, but their absence has surely been noted by Kinguin. Away from that Roshan pit.
Brood's going more of the pushing build. We usually see the Tiny go for that AC, but Tiny's just going for the kill BKB Daedalus build.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate versus like the DK. I think we're seeing the problem. The one thing that DK is very good versus Brood is just you're so beefy. It's pretty hard to bring down unless you get applied with all these debuffs.
How do you feel about this status resistance mechanic? Like overall, not just Tiny, but like overall.
I've been picking mostly strength support heroes for a reason. I think it's a bit crazy how good strength actually is.
Yeah.
Like you get actually so much now.
I mean, Tiny's got 20% without his ultimate. He's just got 20% just solely from the strength that he's got.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I weigh the other ones, right? In comparison. You get mana regen or you get like spell resist as int.
Yeah.
You get movement speed as agi, and then you get status resistance as strength, which also gives you health, which is, I mean, the most crucial thing in the game, because if you don't have health, you're dead.
Yeah.
So, it's like, I don't know, it does feel like it's a little bit maybe high, but I've been seeing a high abundance of strength heroes as well, so.
I like the idea before, because, I don't know, health regen just seemed like such a garbage bonus.
Oh, agreed.
For strength.
Agility was too good.
Yeah. And then it just seemed like initially the status resistance, it sounded like a good idea if it applied to like I think it was supposed to make heroes like Centaur relevant. You know, like being a beef was supposed to have some sort of bonus to it. But then like Centaur is certainly not in the meta still, despite his big strength attribute that he's supposed to have. And instead, it's like just all these other heroes are able to benefit from it as a side. Oh, Bora. He's got to get away over to the other side, but he can't make it. He's been doomed up, broken as well. And that Shallow Grave is only going to prolong the inevitable. Now, Planet Dog may still be taking a fight here. Looks like by their shrine, Dichira's going to pop the BKB here. And it looks like El Lisosh in the back is going to be gone on by the Tusk, but quickly turned around on as the rest of his allies are forced to retreat, leaving our Tusk high and dry.
That's literally what we've been. That fight is the depiction of what we've been talking about the whole game. Is you try to battle into this Doom Brew and you cannot. Now this is where they have to take advantage. Timber respawns. They have to try to pick a fight, but too late. Roche is dead.
Now we've got an extra.
And the fact that your Timber, who's your saving grace, he's doing really well in the game, just gets doomed, and he's out.
Oh no! He's immediately going to be gone back on. Man, he just revived! Kinguin.
He's dead.
Punishing Bora. Shallow Grave goes out, but the Maledict's on him, so he should die anyway. Looks like they are going to try and take this fight, though. The jump in from Matt goes on a Cat Sword. Not really able to do a whole lot with that initiation, though. The spins just do nothing, and he just gets gobbled up by the Broodmother. Dichira does manage. Oh no! The vision is there, looks like. What did he have on him? Where did that vision come from? How did he know? He was invis, wasn't he? Maybe he was still dusted or something. I missed it.
I was not fully paying attention. I think he may have gone. I don't know, actually. I have no idea. I was looking at a different part of the fight. These fights, I mean, this game just, like we were saying, it looks so impossible for poor Planet Dog. I think they'll probably steer away from the Dazzle, in my opinion. I'm really not a fan of this hero right now.
Nope, me neither. Witch Dog, on the other hand, big fan of him. He's actually one of the few heroes that got like sort of this weird pseudo buff because of the status resistance. Because everyone else hates status resistance, but with Witch Doctor, the Maledict is almost better in a way.
I feel like the hero just has always been in a decent spot. Like, he's good at zoning. He always has high right click. Cask is not only great in lane, but it's a team fight spell. It really is. And the fact that everybody's just going Maledict, I love. And Maledict got like buffed, not recently, but like a couple like times in the past.
Yeah.
Just he feels so much young. And then incorporate his talents in. You get 120 GPM at 15. One of the few that actually still does get GPM so early. He gives you so much.
Free
He's got
75
that, like-
damage at level 10. All right. Sure.
Yeah. He's
I'll
got
take it.
aggressive. He's got defensive. He's not just that one-trick pony.
For those of you guys who don't know, the status resistance and Maledict interaction is the Maledict just gets sped up. So
Yeah.
it still happens with 3 ticks, and it still does its damage, but it just happens at a shorter period of time. So there's less time to lay damage in before the damage intervals, but at the same time, the damage happens faster. So
Yeah.
I think it's more of a, like, I feel better about Maledict against the status resistance. Just because I think you're always able to get that initial damage in pretty quickly.
Spell just feels so good.
Yeah.
He even went for that like Aether Lens build, so he can cast it from further away every time. It's pretty cute.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You get the, if you ever get level 20, the extra Maledict tick. Oh.
Yeah, dude, it's actually so absurd that it does so much damage. I don't see many Witch Doctors get level 20 though.
Yeah.
Before the game's like pretty much over.
Me neither. We were having that conversation. The Thunderstrike Disruptor.
Yeah. I mean, I was just having fun, but I was doing the math on Disruptor with Kaya and Veil and shit. If you get level 20, dude, your nuke does like 1800 damage. Like,
Dude, you gotta try out mid Disruptor, dude.
Boba used to do it, right?
Yeah. Bring back the intelligent mids. Bring back Rubik AA. Disruptor mids.
Yeah, these int mids are dead. That's what at DreamHack Major I was talking to the mid one and with Sumail, and they both said the same thing. They just were like, yeah, it's like there's like no situations you can pick them because the other team just picks some tanky strength hero in mid lane, and you just stand there with your HP regen.
Yeah. I haven't seen a Lina, a successful Lina, in a long time. I think that's probably one of the premier ones. I think the only one is
siege.
OD, and it's just a different beast.
Yeah.
All right, they're just gonna throw down the Doom on the Timbersaw. Just chase him out of the fight while they take the Rex. Planet Dog, they're trying to fight Nisha. They're trying to bring him down, but this is just the Aegis, mind you. Mag does actually manage to get a really good call in there, and Pora, he actually comes back with the Doom still on him. Finally, it wears off, and he's trying to get away, but oh no, the Bash actually comes in. They just call it. GG. It's been over for a while now, but Planet Dog are finally going to concede it.
I do definitely think it was a bit of an outdraft by Kinguin, but I think the lane setups for me. I think Dog definitely had some opportunities they could have alleviated the pressure. Like, I think doing that aggro tri-lane and just rotating the two supports, having them be like aggro tri-lane, then it's an mid tri-lane, then it's a bottom tri-lane. Like any of these kind of like surprises they could do with these rotations, I think would have been much better. Just got to incorporate this Dazzle. Can't have them be static laners. I think static lanes in this patch don't feel the greatest. We've seen a lot of musical lanes coming out and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think upsides would probably be at least Planet Dog was able to like fight against the lineup. Like I think they were outdrafted, and they were down by 10K, and at least they still were able to make like some moves around a little bit, you know.
yeah.
So hopefully a better draft will make them look a lot better.
I wanted them to pick more of a scaling hero. That's my thing too. Like they picked DKX Timber. Sure, these guys can get pretty monstrous, but I feel like your eggs are in one basket. You need to have some contingency plan, and yeah, I think they just lacked that. And Kinguin had much better laning start. They were at a 4K advantage like 5 minutes in.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of like really fast push lineups that work. I think it's pretty much. Sorry, I was trying to remember the password. I think it's pretty much with like Lycan drafts, and those aren't even like early push. It's just like it's an overwhelming push at like 30-35 minutes that just kind of clears out the game. That's
Yeah,
the closest thing to a push lineup that there is right now, or any sort of fast lineup whatsoever.
It's like overwhelming push, or you have like this like nice team fight lineup, but not too much team fight. Because I have seen some where it's like you have 5 ultis and teams just you're too ulti reliant, and teams can abuse it if you play really well. But
Yeah.
I guess this is where you start to see the difference between. I mean, I don't want to say tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 stuff like that, but like the best teams and other teams because they understand how to play around these cooldowns. Like if Liquid's playing with like some or like Secret's playing with some split push lineup versus these high cooldowns, they'll try to bait them to use them, and then they'll play around it and stuff. But it can be really hard if you can't take a fight in Dota. Like you just start losing harder and harder.
Yeah, there's not too many. Like, that was always my biggest complaint when 7.0 rolled around and like shrines made the map just like the map felt smaller because you always had these outer TP points and you weren't able to really abuse split pushing a whole lot. And that was also the era of like there was also that era where shrines went away at like when the tier 2s were all gone, so it just naturally meant like people were 5-manning. Who was that team? There's some European team that literally just like systematically pick like Dragonite and they would go, all right, 5-man mid, boom, boom. All right, 5-man bottom, boom, boom. And they would just do that. They would take all the towers by like 15, 18 minutes. They would keep like one of their tier 2s alive because the enemy team would try and trade, but their lineup was just better at pushing. And they would just like systematically take all the towers, then unlock the shrines, take those, and then just sit. They would sit on that map advantage that they have for like 15 minutes and just accrue a bigger and bigger gold lead. It was some like tier 2 European team, but I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember either. Oh, you see this? Look at this tweet by Molly. Fnatic is going to be a lot more universal.